Okay, so if this is going, I think this is 6 for 6 of successful starts on the first try, which would make my heart very happy. And maybe. All right, we'll give it a shot. I am working on a slightly different kind of project today. I am designing something that is going to be a wedding gift for a friend of mine. Melissa, if you're watching, tune out. I don't want you seeing this just yet. Um, and so what I've got set up currently is the paper that I'm working on. I have a piece of Rhodia dot grid paper underneath it. It just looks like this. And what it has on it is just a grid of dots. And what I'm doing is using the light board currently to light up these tiny dots that are underneath the paper to give me a better guide for the straight points that I am going to be putting through. My idea for this right now is that I want to do a very elaborate compass rose, and I want to fill in this center circle that's going to be here with a portrait of the place where my friends got engaged. It's where they got married, or not married, it's where they met, where they fell in love, and then where they got engaged many years later. So I'm hoping to kind of do a fabulous design, do that portrait, and then I'm thinking of like some kind of scrolly script down here that says something like "Our love is true north" or something kind of cheesy and fun that way. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Morning, Laura. How are you? In the meantime, Melissa, you better not be watching. And yeah, I'm here. I have coffee. Life is good. There's some kind of rowdiness going on outside that's involving people cheering and yelling and blowing a whistle. I don't know what it is because I can't see it. So in the event that you hear quiet whistle blows, that's what's going on. I'm sorry, I can't block that out. Hopefully it's not too rowdy. Tired but awesome. Hey, awesome is good. We'll take it. Awesome is just fine. So yeah. So I'm just going to start kind of mapping out my general points. And we'll just kind of play from here. Yay, what'd you have for breakfast? I had pocket bacon. Good morning, Patrick. How are you? Eggs and toast. Okay, so what do you call that? Is there a colloquial name for it? Because I was always told that was called toad in a hole. But then we had a debate about this in one of my food groups, and somebody was like, no, it's not toad in a hole, it's something else. And I had never heard that before, so I was like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am glad you're good. What's new in your world? Chicken a loaf. Okay. I mean, that makes sense to me. I feel like that is too long compared to the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it was. Good job, brain. I really wonder like why I didn't start using a dot grid paper earlier in my life. I have a real hard time with geometry. Organic shapes are far more my speed. Having a dot grid paper just makes my measurement situation so much better. All right. 2, 3, 4. 1, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this was what, 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What if we went longer on this and made that the bottom? That might be really cute. So in theory, Dave is on the stream today. He said that he might call in and check it out, which is pretty cool. Anything that makes me feel like I'm hanging out with him more is a benefit in my book right now. Oh boy, cannot get this line. Come on now. Yeah, the Rhodia is, absolutely. This is the same one as from the box. I have the small one that I bought for myself, and then I bought myself the larger pad, and I really like it. It makes my life so much better. Let's do that. Ha 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 ha. It is not ISO work, Patrick. This is actually going to be a compass rose with a landscape portrait in the center of it for a friend of mine's wedding present. They fell in love and got engaged at an absolutely beautiful Canadian place named Lake Louise, and I wanted to kind of commemorate that for them. So that is what I am attempting to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what if that goes like that? And then this goes like this. Does that work? Woohoo! It works. Okay, cool. So, this is the one. I am looking forward to doing more ISO work though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was just so much fun. I haven't had something jump into my brain and be that exciting in a really long time. I mean, I love what I do, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it a lot, and I get so much out of doing it, but there's just something super cool about learning an entirely new skill, and it makes me super happy. I have got a piece of my Rhodia dot pad, Joe. So if I flip this over, you'll be able to see it better. So it's just held on with washi tape right now, and it's just got the dot grid. Let's see if I can focus this a little bit better for you. So what I'm using that is just as a guiding thing to help me kind of get my lines straight and everything without having to mark a grid onto my actual good copy of my paper. It's a real great cheat, and I encourage everyone to use it because it is so much more awesome than having to fight with measuring things, because I am not a measurer in the slightest. Also, good morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Joe, are you doing your dishes? Good, okay. Starting chores now. Excellent. I do prefer the dots right now instead of the lines, Patrick, because I find if there's a solid line underneath it, I get confused about where my lines are supposed to be. And I don't want that. I want my lines to be solid and stable and doing what they need to be doing. And it just helps me kind of not have as much mental drift. And that's useful to me. So I also find that I just feel like there's more possibility when it's just dots. It's like, okay, what if I do this or what if I do that? And there's no real prescription. Whereas my brain interprets a solid grid as something that I have to stay within. I think that maybe many years of people trying to convince me to color within the inside the lines. So it makes me happy when I don't have to do that anymore. A new dealership customer. Well, I mean, yay money. That's exciting. But yeah, more work. I get that. All right. Let's put a little bit more interestingness going on down here. Yep, I like that. I realize that this probably isn't the most exciting thing to watch because the pencil doesn't show up super well on camera. But I appreciate that you're here. I was really lonely yesterday and was like, oh man, I should just stream. I could hang out with my people and it would be fine. I like this ruler because it's clear, but it has a notch in it because I've damaged it somehow, and that makes life a little bit less fun. I keep using the notched area. Oh my, that would really suck, Patrick. What size were you trying to get to? Because like most ISO papers are pretty tiny. Laura, that sounds like a lot. And it looks like it'd be a whole new catalog, right? Because you're dealing with a different maker. I'm sorry, I know nothing about what you do for work, so I'm just guessing. Okay, I'm digging this. This is working for me so far. Half the normal page size. Oh boy, that would be tiny. Where's my ISO pad? Sorry guys, just give me 1 second here. So this is the actual isometric paper that I have. It's got 30 degree, 90 degree, and 120 degree sheets on it. So the triangles are actually like really small. There's quite a few within. I'm just trying to see if this shows up on camera. Oh yeah, that's really quite fine. But like, would something like that work for you, Patrick? Because if it would, then like it's just a matter of finding a pad that's already kind of pre-made to your specifications that you don't have to really make yourself crazy trying to fix it. I think we'll go one more round of this. Again, with using the broken part of the ruler. Stop that. Alright, so that works for me. I think we're gonna kind of break from the normal, and I'm gonna ink this in right now so that you guys can see the general shape of what I'm working with. And I think we're gonna start with a 0.5 and a circle. Yay, volume up! Although why you want to hear me louder is beyond me, darling. Although, now that you say that, this might be the first time I've ever been on TV. I feel like a celebrity. Man, circle templates are the bomb. Okay. I hope I'm not getting my head in your guys' way. Should probably be working more under the light though. I didn't know Nate had a contest. What contest? Tell me more. I do not have a magic Insta art device, I promise. Oh, sometimes I wish. No, everything I have done is sometimes frustratingly old school. I don't have a lot of like technical competencies with things like Photoshop. So everything is very, very analog. Saxon just left from under my desk. He's probably frustrated because I have the lamp under there. Poor pupper. Gonna go blind. Mom is using the light board. I'm amazed he stays under my desk at all when I have the lamp on. On Discord, hey? I have not been active on his Discord. I'm technically a member there, but I'm really kind of struggling to balance, like, the time I want to spend on social media doing all the... crap. Don't. Well, that just changes the design for this a little bit. The time I want to spend online versus, like, the time I need to get my work done. And it's really interesting because when you're a freelancer, like, your social media is actually working time because that's how people find you. But there's really a balance to be struck between, like, doing the stuff that promotes your work and doing the bloody work. And the bloody work is far more important. There's a lot of hustle to being a freelance artist, honestly. And you really have to work while the work is there. So that's been a skill I've been having to learn. I've been approached for a couple really cool commissions lately, though, which I'm excited about. One is potentially for a source book for a role-playing game, which would be the first time that I've done something like that. So that could be really cool. We'll see how it goes. And now we have sirens for some reason. Apparently the base is a really happening place to be this morning. Alright, we have black work. Where is the line that I screwed up? There is the line that I screwed up. So we are going to... Thank you so much, Patrick. You know, I think it's got to be any artist's highest compliment to be told that they have a Bob Ross kind of style. That man was just such a wizard. He was actually a prescription that my therapist gave me once. I live pretty far away from the ability to access mental health services, and it's a going concern in my life. And a therapist I was seeing a couple years ago was like, you know what, when you just can't calm the hell down, go and watch some Bob Ross. It will help. And he was not wrong. It really does make a difference for me. So that is advice that I have definitely taken more than once. Come on now. Oh my. That sounds like it would be quite the contrast, Patrick. Oh my goodness. Stop being so impatient. You bugger your lines when you're impatient. There we go. Also, can I say how weird it is to be working with a 0.5? I normally work with a 0.1 and smaller. So a 0.5, like if you make a mistake, man, that's way more noticeable. Far more obvious. This might be a little too thin. Yep, just a hair. Slow. There we go. Oh, I'm just super impatient today. Not a good sign. Yay. Alright, so I think I can turn off my lamp now. I don't think I'm gonna need any more of the light board assist. There we go. And so yeah, what I'm using for a light board is I just have a glass top desk, and I just put a lamp underneath it and hold it, so it works well for me. The 4-inch long patches, like your points? Stop using that side of the ruler. Hey man, you are allowed to mess up anything you want on your first project. Like, in some ways, I set myself up for ridiculousness by the fact that my first project was really, really competent, because then people just had really high expectations of how it was going to go from there out. And I don't know that I did myself any favors with that. Um, but I think I've messed up something significant on every single map I've done. It's just a matter of then, like, okay, I never make the same mistake twice. I, have a tendency to figure it out and fix it, but I'm always making new mistakes, I guess, in the words of Anne Shirley. Signature trademarks. I am going to hang on to that and keep it in my pocket for a very long time because that makes it sound so much better. I guess it does kind of mean I have something to stand on in the event of a copyright infringement, right? Well, this is where I buggered this up. You can tell. I can prove it. Oh, that went a little long. Okay, I'll let this dry up for a second, and then I'm going to erase my pencil, because that is starting to get annoying. No, it's not a book cover. It's actually going to be a wedding gift for a pair of my friends who are getting married next weekend. I want to set it up so that there's a portrait of where they got engaged in the middle, and it's just going to be a piece of art for them to hang in their house, um, or put in their like wedding book if they don't want to hang it in their house, which is perfectly respectable. It would be really nice if it was a book cover. I mean, it would also be a ton of pressure, but I don't know, book covers could be cool. What the hell is rolling by my house? Hi, baby. Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate it. Everybody, that's my husband Dave. He is currently in Latvia. I miss him a lot. Yep, working with the 05 just gives me a feeling of much faster accomplishment. That's pretty incredible. Babe, I don't know if you're watching the chat, but Joanne asked you a question. Oh, good catch, Brian. He printed out a zombie dragon that I really want to paint. I'm excited for it to come home so I can do that. Zombie dragon, I think, will be a really wonderful paint job. I'm stoked about it. Yeah, I think you should paint it, babe. And then you should print me another one so we can have two. Because who doesn't need two zombie dragons? I think the zombie dragon only happens if they don't destroy the dragon corpse when they encounter it the first time. Dave, correct me if I'm wrong. It's from a D&D 2e module though, so like the lethality is super, super high because, you know, 2e. Sorry guys, I'm not looking up at the chat as much as I could, I guess, because I'm doing all these bloody dots. And by bloody dots, I mean, you know how much I love stippling. I'm a sucker for punishment. You know what, Patrick? I can completely see that being the case. I started playing. The very first game I played was 4E, and I didn't play enough to actually, like. Hey, how's it going, Myrna? I'm glad you could try to join us from work. That's super exciting. You and Laura both now. Oh, don't spill coffee on what you're cooking, kid. How's work going, Myrna? Yay, only one paper cut. That's exciting. I imagine band-aids have got to be, like, common where you are, hey? Or if they're not, they should be. They're of inferior quality. Oh no. A staph infection in your finger would suck, for the record. I am working on Melissa and David's wedding present. What I'm doing is doing them a fairly fancy compass rose. It's going to go like this. And then what I want to do is draw a portrait in here of Lake Louise, because that's where they met and that's where they got engaged. And I figured that would be kind of cute. And I'm making it big enough that they can hang it in their house if they want to, and small enough that they can throw it away or put it in their wedding book if they want to. It always feels slightly pretentious to give people art and expect them to hang it up. So yeah, I think it's not a terrible idea. So we're going to go with it. I do want to gild it, Patrick. You're completely right. I want to go and buy myself some gold leaf, and I want to gold leaf all the main points. Because I just think that would be really, really sexy. So it's like, okay. Having never worked with gold leaf before, I'm definitely going to try a couple of other things before I put it onto this. We need to darken these lines a little bit. They are just a smidge too white. Yeah, that's better. I love that she framed them. I have my jellyfish. I'm just waiting to get a frame for them. I have your cactuses that you gave me years and years ago hanging up in my office. I don't know if you know that. I like having art from my friends. It makes me very happy. I just need some more frames. I've got a few pieces that definitely need some TLC before I hang them up. As long as it's the way that you prefer it, love. Oh, that sounds like fun. Enjoy the rest of your day, Myrna. So did you have to do research on the family crest, Patrick? Or did he have it that you could just riff off of it? All right. This is the correct orientation. We need a slightly thinner pen. 01 will do the job. Sorry, Joe. I guess I got in the picture. Sometimes you just gotta lean in. An Aussie flag crossed with an Irish one for detail. Cool. Oh my goodness, you built the entire shield? That is fabulous. That would be super cool. Alright, I just have to pull up a picture of Lake Louise on my phone. And then we will get these mountains in here. So for anybody who's never seen it, go Google Lake Louise in Banff, Alberta, and have a look at the pictures because it is one of the most beautiful places in the entire world, in my opinion. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. That's a very, very tight timeline, Patrick. Especially if things are still drying. I've definitely done gifts like that, though. I absolutely have been that person. So I completely get it. Absolutely do. I don't know if I want like hardcore foreground stuff going on in here. I think I just might want the lake. I guess it kind of needs something though. No, maybe not. Maybe that's where the words will go. No, definitely. Last minute inspiration is one of the best things ever. It keeps me very invested in my creative process. Yes, that was how I felt about doing that isometric map that I started a couple days ago. It was just like on fire, brain fizzing, super happy. I love it when my brain gets like that. It's so exciting. Yeah, I think I'm going to watercolor the center. Either watercolor or pencil crayon. I'm not working on watercolor paper for this one, but in such a small area, I think that that's probably going to be fine. Um, but pencil crayon is also an option, or Copic. Like I have my markers, so those would also be something that I could do. The more I work with watercolor, though, the more that it's my preference. Like you can just get some really wild effects with it, and I just like the process of it. Like it feels nice to have a brush in my hand. I like the pace of the work. Um, it's really cool. So then there's kind of this shape that comes up and goes like this, and then there's trees. There's lots of trees down here. And we got a little bit of shoreline going on over here. Come on. And then there are taller trees over here. It's been a while since I've done taller trees. I used to do them all the time. So the thing about doing taller trees is that when you're overlapping them like this, you really need to navigate your black space versus your negative space so that these things still look like they are individual objects. Especially when you're working with really like heavily textured lines, the only relief your eye gets from that is the white space. So your brain will eventually sort out that you have this mass of dark lines, but you need to give it the space that it needs in order to do that. It was something that I did not learn initially. That was one of my early mistakes map making, was just making things too dense. Because I'm used to a style of art where people will spend the time looking at all your details and go, oh, I really like the subtlety that you achieved with this and with that, and whatever. And that kind of paying attention is just hugely gratifying as a visual artist. But I've discovered since I've gotten into fantasy cartography that most people just want, because they're gamers typically, they're looking for a map that's useful, not necessarily a map that's beautiful. And so things don't need to be quite as like precise in terms of details. They need to be readable. I still like my stuff to be precise and beautiful, which is why I probably don't serve the gaming community as well as like other people might. Because I don't make battle maps, like, for sure. The ISO map was really fun though. I could see that being a thing. But yeah, I try to work hard to make sure that things are still legible when someone is in a hurry. All right. I'm trying to decide about the gold leaf because there's a couple different kinds. There's like your standard gold leaf, there's your standard silver leaf, standard copper leaf, but there's also those leaves that have been like heat treated and stuff, so you get like the blue and like the reds and stuff in that more random pattern. I'm trying to think of the word and it's escaping me right now. So I was thinking like something like that might be super dynamic and really fun. But I don't know if it also would be just too cluttered. It's hard to kind of say. TV evangelists. I will probably avoid TV evangelist aesthetic. It's just something that is my preference, I guess. Alright, that's starting to look pretty good. Yeah, darker and lighter might be nice. I don't think I would go with a high contrast as gold and silver though. I think it might be better, you're right, to do like a darker and a... Although like her favorite color is red, so if I found like a really, really red copper, that might be very appropriate just for them as people. I don't have a lot of experience like drawing mountains in a realistic way. I draw them my way. So this has been fun and entertaining. And by that I mean it's teaching me many things, which is never a bad thing. Also, anybody who tells you not to use reference photos, that you're somehow not an artist if you're using reference photos, is a liar. Does not know what they're talking about. You are every bit as legitimate using a reference photo as not. Wrong lake. Ogopogo is in the Shuswap, which is down near Salmon Arm. But that would be pretty fabulous. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's 11, or just about 11. All right, I'm going to say I'll go for another 7 minutes because that'll take me to 11 my time. And then I'm going to sign off for the day. So, 7-minute warning, I guess. I love how like my original thing was like I need to stream for an hour because I'm so nervous, and if I don't stream for an hour then, you know, I'm not meeting my goals or whatever. And now I'm all like, dude, it's been an hour and a half. I guess I should let people get on with their day. I really hope so. I don't know the groom at all. Although it's really funny because when I was talking to Melissa, I was like, "You need to get yourself a David," and because my husband is a David, and my husband is amazing, and then she went and started dating David, and I was like, I didn't mean for you to take it so literally, but it was really a fabulous joke between the two of us. I was like, "Yay, you got yourself a David! I'm so proud of you." Um, but I don't know him at all yet. I know her, so I think this will be well received, but I'm not totally sure. Hope so. Definitely hope so. But yeah, for the record, drawing real mountains is weird. Like, good weird, but weird. Oh, goodness. Hi, Saxon. How you doing? Yes, I'm almost done. I promise. No, don't bump me. I'm working. No bumping me for you. No. Hey, stop. I'm almost done. You have to wait. Yes, I know. But it's Thursday and you know the routine. Alright, I think with that mountain, this is complete for now. Alright, you guys, it is 11. I am going to go play with my dog for a couple minutes because he is clearly impatient. And I will post a picture of this all finished to my Instagram eventually, but she's on my Instagram, so I am not going to post it until after the wedding. But yes, if I'm still working on it by next Thursday, which I hope I'm not, I should be done by then, I will be completing it on the stream. But I'm hoping to kind of marathon it a little bit and get it out of the way. So I'm going to go. Thank everybody for hanging out with me. This was really lovely, especially after the loneliness I was going through yesterday. So thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, take it easy. Cheers, you guys. Bye.